This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This your boy Black Magus, and just got finished sorta watching the Game Awards. It's funny because there was too many things going on. First of all, shout out to GMG. Their podcast was on, so I was checking out some of that. Then I was watching The Wiz live. Then I was trying to sneak in and watch a little bit of the Game Awards. It's not like I was that pressed to actually watch the Game Awards, to be quite honest. I watched because it's interesting to see some of the trailers and just the reactions on Twitter more than anything about what wins, what doesn't win, and things like that. Shout out to Yosa Hop though, because he made a good tweet about how most of these people who were talking about this stuff, they don't really, I'm paraphrasing, I'm sure I'm not saying it right, but he was just saying like most of these people who if they really were gamers, they would be more into the type of stuff that we got on the older consoles. All they want to do right now is just play shooters, which is kind of my feelings on the thing. So when I see people react to this, I always sit there and wonder, are you reacting just to be a part of the conversation? Are you reacting because you actually truly do feel this way? Because I just don't know how many people out there play or have played any of these games that are on the list to be able to make that judgment. I think a lot of times we react to the eye test more than anything. But that's just my mini old gamer rant. Probably should have saved that for a video. Anyway, so as far as the awards are concerned, as always, there, like again, I didn't watch it closely because I pretty much know how it goes. It's not the best presentation. It just is what it is. I'm just more curious to see what things were given the nod this year, because this does seem to be like the consensus award show for gaming. Gaming doesn't really have a real structured organization, at least not here. I feel like it's more organized over in England, like with the BAFTAs and all of that, but that's just that's a whole nother story. Anyway, on to the winners. I was going to use the Game Awards site, but they're kind of janky and they haven't updated everything, but I will go to refer to them to things where I was like curious to see how why they won over certain things. But let's start. Like, first of all, best family game, and I'm looking at Polygon. I'll put the link in the description. Best family game, the nod was given to Super Mario Maker. That right there, I can't say I have issue with it, so to speak. I'm just curious as to how that's the best family game. Only because I feel like Super Mario Maker is the type of game that would actually break families apart rather than bring them together. Could you imagine like you playing with your girlfriend or boyfriend? You create this crazy ass map that's infuriating and frustrating. How happy do you think they're gonna be with you at that moment while playing? They're gonna be pissed that you're like driving them insane with stuff like that. So that would be my only issue. But again, I haven't played it, so I'm not gonna sit here and say like it doesn't deserve it. From what I've seen, I can say it looks very, very interesting. I mean, it is a very creative title. They came up with a way to let people create their own Mario experiences, and that's wow. That's very. I thought that was like a great idea by Nintendo. Next up, best fighting, Mortal Kombat X1. Not surprised, really not surprised at all that was given the nod. Very popular, very sound fighting game. and there weren't a lot of other, you know, I won't say well received, but lauded gaming titles that came up. Games. Why am I sounding like an idiot? There weren't that many lauded games in the fighting department for gaming. Guilty Gear Xrd got some well acclaimed, but for the most part, I don't know if there was that many impact. Looking at this list of what was nominated, Rise of Incarnates, Rising Thunder, I guess they didn't make that big of an impact or an impression on people. But Mortal Kombat X, solid. I mean, NetherRealm's been killing it since they brought it back. It'd be interesting to see what they're gonna do with their next fighting game, if they're gonna have a Injustice 2. That would be cool. I would love to see that. Best multiplayer, which is probably the thing that probably will get the most reaction out of all the awards. Best multiplayer game was given to Splatoon, which, again, having not played it, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's not. Having looked at some streams, video, people seem to enjoy it a lot. Its competition was Call of Duty Black Ops 3, Destiny The Taken King, Halo 5 Guardians, Rocket League. If it were me, I would say Rocket League. But that's, out of this list, I've played 3. One only cursory in the beta, that being Black Ops. And I have to say, I had the most fun out of Rocket League. I can't tell you about Halo or Splatoon, so. But Splatoon got it, so good for Nintendo. They created, good for Nintendo that they have a couple of games on this list. Nintendo still makes good games. That's the thing. They may not put out a lot or put out enough that attracts a broader audience, but Nintendo still puts out solid games. People can't deny. Say what you will about Nintendo, they still put out solid quality games. You know what I mean? Best mobile handheld, not something that I care that much about. I don't know how you guys feel, but Warcraft Go won. It seems like Square Enix is doing well in that department, because I heard a lot about the Hitman Go game being kind of cool. I'm just glad that I pretty much didn't play anything on this list except for one game, and the one game that I played, I'm glad that it didn't win, and that's Fallout Shelter. That game is janky as fuck. It's to me, it's bad because unless you have time to constantly monitor it, you're not going to be able to do anything on it. So yeah, that game sucks to me. Anyway, but hey, it is what it is. Then they went on to some of the fan stuff, like the best esports in the team. They gave it to Optic Gaming. Good on them. Don't really watch esports. Best esports player, Kenny S. Shrub. I feel like he should use his last name as his call sign, Shrub. For some reason that sounds cool. Counter-Strike offensive team envy us. Good for you, sir. I wonder what these people, do these esport teams get anything significant for one of these? I'm curious. Esports Game of the Year, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Counter-Strike's still killing it, y'all. It's crazy how Counter-Strike is still such a huge thing. That is crazy how it just continues on and on and on. Most anticipated game. See, these awards like this is one of the reasons why I don't really care for award shows, period. But the video game award shows, I kind of really don't, because I feel like they just have to throw in categories, and this is a throw in. Whatever. No Man's Sky got it. Okay, cool. That's nice. A lot of people want to play No Man's Sky. When did we not know that? Did we need this to solidify? Whatever. Fucking Game Wars. Her Story won Best in Narrative. I haven't really heard much about this game, so I'm curious because seeing something like this, best narrative, I like good stories, and good dialogue. I'm really a fan of good dialogue. But this winning best narrative, yeah, I will look into this. Trending gamer. See, again, Game Awards. Come on, Greg Miller, love you. Great gaming personality, but really, and it's funny because looking at this list, it's like you had to vote for either Monte Cristo. Don't think I've ever heard of him. Greg Miller, Markiplier, PewDiePie, Total Biscuit. I feel like only the top two names are the only two names that changed. Wasn't PewDiePie, Markiplier, and Total Biscuit on their list last year too? Like, okay, well, all right, y'all, and all right, whatever. Fucking bullshit category. All right, whatever. Best indie game, Rocket League. I can go with that. A lot of people forget that it is an indie game, and it was one of the more popular games of this year, to be quite honest. So that should show you guys indie games are worth a look. Hell, Ori and the Blind Forest. I haven't played it, but looking at it, looks like amazing. That if that would have won, that would have been another sign that hey, indie games are legit. Y'all need to stop hating on them. Best sports racing game, Rocket League. That was interesting right there. Because I guess I never thought of it as a sports racing game, but it kind of like shadows both. But it beat out very popular titles: FIFA, Forza, NBA 2K, Pro Evolution Soccer. I'm glad to see that made the list because they always make solid games, but probably get ignored because they're not that well. They don't sell that well. But okay, Rocket League beat them all. Games for Change, again, another made up title, but I guess it's cool that they're recognizing games that can influence, that have some type of social impact. So good on y'all for that. Life is Strange won that. I need to finish that game and find out how the story. I've been told once you get past the first part, it's pretty good. Best fan creation, Portal Stories. Didn't know people were still doing those mods, but that's cool. That is actually cool. Haven't played Portal in God knows how long. And it looks like, what is this? Portal Story? Is this a mod or is this like something that someone did live? I really don't know where this category came from, to be quite honest. Because you got like real GTA, which that was hilarious. I think I've actually saw real GTA. Never saw GTA targets. Twitch plays Dark Souls, stuff like that. That's creative. But okay, whatever. Again, another category. I don't know why we are. They really just like them. I don't know. Developer of the year was CD Projekt Red. Okay, they make tremendous, solid games. Although, I guess you could make a argument that hey, your game had some issues that you had to really patch up. But then you look at all the people on the list, and it's like, okay, so Bethesda always gotta patch shit. That's just them. That's Bethesda. Jank is their middle name. From Software, yep. Battleborn had some issues as well that needed to be addressed. Kojima Productions, yep. It had its issues too in some areas. Nintendo, it's funny because Nintendo probably could win this almost every year if people actually took them a lot more serious, because they don't have the seal of approval anymore on their boxes, I don't think, but their games generally are solid through and through. from a development standpoint, Nintendo has always been one of the more solid developers, consistent developers at that. They're totally consistent in their, like, you know, quality level in their development. So yeah. But it's Nintendo, so they weren't gonna get that big of recognition, let's be honest. Best art direction, Ori and the Blind Forest. I could agree with that. That game looks spectacular. I love the atmosphere of it. It's currently an Xbox One exclusive, so I can't play it. No, it's on PC too, so I might need to go ahead and pick that up from PC, and not wait for it to come out on console. So I hear it's a really, really good game, quality game, quality pickup for Xbox, quality pickup for them for exclusive. They did right by grabbing that one up for exclusive, timed exclusive release. Definitely. Next up, we got listed, and by the way, I don't know if these were done in the way that they were announced or anything. They're definitely not done in importance, because it seems to be going all over the place. Anyway, best action adventure game, Metal Gear Solid 5. I did see that Kiefer Sutherland came up on stage, and he accepted for Kojima. I guess Kojima didn't feel like being there. Who knows? I mean, I'm sure the award is just gonna go probably straight to Konami anyway, so he probably was like, fuck that. But yeah, good on you, Metal Gear. Best score, soundtrack, Metal Gear Solid was given that. I hear the soundtrack is really, really good, because it's like just a ton of 80s classic hits and shit like that. Maybe I should have picked up Metal Gear for Black Friday. I don't know. I've never been a huge Metal Gear fan, so you know, maybe down the line that'll be something I'll grab. Best performance, Viva Seifert, Her Story. Now, I think the lady who, first of all, the lady who announced it, and if you know her name, let me know. But first of all, she came out and she fucking ripped Kiefer Sutherland. First of all, she ripped him. She basically was like, you know, something about performances, you know, and it's just like, you know, you don't ever want to lose iconic voices like with Metal Gear Solid and David Hayter, and then like everybody cheered and she's like, yeah, I'm sorry, you know, but she was laughing when she said sorry. Okay, so then you go ahead and you fuck up, because I believe when she announced the winner, she said Life is Strange. Chick ain't work on Life is Strange, so you fucked up. You thought you were giving the sick burn to Kojima for not using David Hayter and like bigging up your boy, and then you made an ass of yourself. So good job. But you know, again, I have to see what's up with Her Story. You know, I don't mind playing games like that. You know, I like playing interesting things, especially the out of the ordinary interesting things. So I might have to look more into this game. And then game of the year was The Witcher 3. I know a lot of people thought it was going to be Fallout 4. You know, and there were some really good games on here: Bloodborne, Fallout 4, Metal Gear Solid, Super Mario Maker, Witcher 3. All of them had probably a reason, I'm sure, a case for them deserving it. So I don't think anybody really should be mad at The Witcher 3. Even if you're a fan of one of these particular games, recognize this list was a very quality list of games. There are things that people didn't like about all of them. There are things that they've done that have turned some fans off and that have gained them new fans. You know, it is what it is. Witcher, I mean, now it makes me a little more excited to play Witcher 3, I guess. I picked that up for my birthday. But yeah, I mean, they had a really solid list. And looking at the the game of the year thing, it just reminds you like we actually had a pretty solid year of gaming. For all the complaining and fussing and bitching that the gaming community does, if you really are being honest, this has been a solid year in gaming. It actually hasn't been a bad year. But I'm probably speaking from the minority, but that is the gaming awards. Those are the winners. Like I said, some of them it's like okay, sure, but it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid overall, I think. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think of the Gaming Awards. So let the fun begin. I'm gonna put this list from Polygon in the description. I'm gonna put the website for the awards. By the way, I'm gonna do a separate video talking about some of the trailers that we saw, but I just wanted to talk about the winners and losers in this one. I'm gonna talk about the trailers in the next video. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think. So hit me up, let me know, and I'll holler at you later. This your boy Black Megas, and I'm out. Deuces.